Good day, everyone. I am Micaela de Mailig from BSIE IA2A. Today, I will be discussing the topic of driving fundamentals, road courtesy and safety, attitude and safety. So, I have here a picture. Are you familiar with this scene? So, makikita niyo dito na yung guy is may hawak na barel and attempting na tututukan yung isang tao. So this scene is what you call road rage. So ano yung road rage? Road rage is a term used to describe an aggressive or violent behavior by a driver, often caused by stress, frustration, or anger while driving. It typically involves a inappropriate or dangerous actions in response to perceived slight inconvenience or threat on the road. So, here, makikita nyo sa mga pictures, here are the examples of road rage. Makikita nyo na sa unang pictures, pinakita ko kanina, is yung guy is may hawak na baril sa sobrang alam ko pa ano 'to, naging viral 'tong pictures na 'to, Kasi yung, um, nabangga or accidentally na nabangga ng nagbebisikleta even though nasa, um, bicycle lane yung ano, so mali dito yung lalaking kalbo. So next picture is um, yung lalaki may hawak na batuta. And yun, trying na ihahampas niya sa ano. Then yung last picture is yung dalawang driver na mainit ang ulo and nagduduruan na. So that is the behavior of the scenario of road rage. So here another attitudes ng mga nasa yung mga road rage is yung yelling or making rude gestures at others drivers, katulad netong nasa third pictures, tailgating, driving aggressively close to another, so yung nagigit-gitan, cutting off others driver intentionally, blocking another car from changing lanes, chasing or confronting another driver. Katulad nito, yung dalawang nasa pictures, di ba? Mga nag-confront na sila, nasa labas na sila. And next is in extreme cases, physical assault or using vehicle as a weapon or yung tinatawag na natin yung banggaan kung saan yung sinasadya na ng um, dalawang vehicle na magbanggaan. So that is the road rage. Next, we have here the tips to avoid road rage, of course. So here we have first is do not be aggressive and keep calm. Syempre, ito yung pinaka-important is maging calm lang tayo when we are driving. And also, we should have a positive mind when we are driving. So, maintain a safe distance. Palagi tayong magbibigay ng distansya sa iba't ibang vehicle. Hindi lang sa kotse, hindi lang sa truck, or also sa mga motorcyclists or cyclists. Avoid retaliation. Next is always put away your pride and forget about winning. So, mostly sa atin dito sa Pilipinas, halos halos yung mga driver is may init din yung ulo, tas parang kapag like nauunahan yung isang vehicle ng isa pang vehicle, parang kala nila is nag bibigay sila ng away or nagkukos ng away or nag-uumpisa sila. So, always think of the consequences of your action that might result to a emotional setback, losing your car, your license, and having it pay exorbitant damage, loss of career, and worse, in jail or in cemetery. Of course, yung road rage naglilid yan sa mga madaming away, madaming um kokosto ng madaming conflict from another driver to one another driver. So, ito, may tendency na makuwanan sila ng lisensya or matanggalan sila ng lisensya. And yung worst is, magkaroon ng kaso o magkasuhan sila, di ba? Hindi yung isa makukulong. Or yung pinaka-worst na mangyayari is, di ba, yung katulad kanina na sinabi natin is, in extreme cases like physical assault or using vehicle as a weapon, nagkabanggaan sila is maaaring may mamatay. Diba? So, yun. Okay. Next, we have here two pictures again. So, are you familiar about these pictures or do you have any guess about what is happening in this picture? So, these pictures is examples of defense driving. So, what is defense driving? So, the defense driving is a set of driving skills and techniques that help a driver to anticipate and avoid potential hazard on road. The goal is to reduce the risk of accident by staying alert, being cautious, and making safe decisions regardless of what others driver are doing. So, etong nasa picture is training siya kung saan um, kung paano i-avoid yung mga ayan, nakikita niyo yung mga cones dyan. Iniikutan yan ng mga drivers na yan para magkaroon sila ng to avoid the potential hazard. Yan yung mga hazard na yan, hazard sign yung mga cones na yan. So, of course, we should have tips in defense driving. So, here are the tips on defense driving. So, first, when we are driving, no, we should be alert and focused. So, always keep your eyes on the road and avoid distraction like phones or loud music. Especially, kapag nagda-drive tayo, we should not use our phones or kung magpapatugtog man tayo, 'di ba? Para pamatay ng para hindi tayo antukin nagpapatugtog tayo when we are driving. Sana is mababang volume lang. Siyempre, para marinig natin kung may bumubusina ba tayo or kung may paparating bang emergency vehicles. So, yun. Next is expect the unexpected. So, always be prepared for sudden stop, swerving vehicles, or poor driver's behavior. Siyempre, even na nag-iingat tayo, palagi pa rin natin na-expect na may mga ibang tao na reckless driver, di ba? Madaming incident around roads. So, dapat be expect and be ready. So, next is maintain a safe following distance. Follow the 3-second rule to give yourself enough time to react. Obey traffic laws and signal. Stick to the speed limit. Use turn signals and respect traffic signs. So, always natin i-obey itong mga traffic laws, signs, signals, diba? Kasi ito yung mga nagpapastop sa atin para ma-avoid yung risk. Adjust to road and weather conditions. Slow down when roads are wet, icy, or visibility is low. Ito pinaka mahalaga din kasi lalo na dito sa Pilipinas, mostly binabagyo tayo, di ba? So, some of the roads are baha or madulas. So, kailangan natin palaging mag-slow down when we are driving. Lalo na kung basa yung dinadaanan natin. Avoid aggressive driving, stay calm, don't respond to a road rage, and avoid escalating conflicts. So, kanina, di ba, tinadakay natin yung road rage. So, to avoid it, we should be stay calm and positive. We should have positive mind when we are driving. And if we encountered road rage, dapat wag na tayong makisali, or better is i-report natin kung may madadaanan man tayong traffic enforcer or police. Diba? Next is use of mirror and check blind spot. Regularly scan your surrounding to stay aware of other vehicles. So, yun, pinaka-important yung mga side mirrors natin. Kasi doon natin makikita kung sino yung nasa likod natin, kung sino yung mga paparating, di ba? To avoid, malay mo, mabilis pala yun. So, kailangan nating mag-ingat and always check the side mirrors. So, the benefits of this defense driving is, of course, to reduce the risk of accident and also save money on vehicle repairs. Kasi, syempre, di ba, kung ma-accidental lang tayo, dagdag yan sa babayaran, bibili na naman ng bagong parts, and other, papagawa. Promote safer roads for everyone, syempre. Yun naman talaga yung pinaka-point ng defense driving. And helps to avoid legal troubles or trafficking tickets, syempre. So next, we have attitudes toward motorist driving against the flow of traffic on a two-way road. Okay. So when dealing with a motorist driving against the flow of traffic on a two-way road, their attitude and response should be rooted in calmness, caution, and focused on safety. This situation is extreme, dangerous, and requires a defensive, not emotional approach. So on undivided roadway, be constantly alert for a situation that may cause oncoming vehicle to swerve into your lane. Stay on your outer lane vehicle A on a two-lane road and observe your speed. In the event of counterflow, keep calm and do not insist you're right. Make the proper signal and change your lane with care and avoid eye-to-eye contact with the oncoming motorist to reduce tension. To, to prevent collisions with oncoming vehicle, consider the following when they steer to your direction. So, kapag malapit sila, read and analyze the road ahead. Drive to the right, reduce speed, and drive off the road. So here are the attitudes that we should be considered. So stay calm and avoid panicking. So syempre, pag nagpanic tayo, it leads to a more poor decision. Diba? Hindi maguguluhan na yung pag-iisip natin. Next is prioritize safety over confrontation. Do not attempt to confront or correct the wrong driver. So yung goal lang natin dito is to avoid collision. So, hindi natin sila dapat disiplinahin kasi first of all, dapat disiplinado na sila kapag nagda-drive sila. Slow down and pull over safely. If you see vehicle coming the wrong way, immediately reduce the speed and move to the side of the road. Kailangan, kahit na hindi tayong mali, kailangan natin, at least kapag nakita na natin, is kailangan na natin i-reduce yung speed natin or mag-slow down na tayo or mag-side ng road para hindi na magkabanggaan or magkagit-gitan. kung magkakaabot naman. Signal and alert others. Use your horn or headlight to alert the oncoming driver and surrounding motorists to the danger. So, yun yung pinaka main point ng horn natin, di ba? Para marinig and magkaroon ng signal from other driver. Do not try to block or stop the vehicle. So, blocking a wrong driver can cause a serious crash. So, yun. Imbes na ang goal natin is itama siya, kung ibablock naman natin, magkakaroon naman yun ng serious crash. So, edi magkakabanggaan kayo. Next is report the incident. Ito yung pinaka-major na or pinaka-mahalaga. So, as soon as it's safe, call local authorities to report the driver. Provide the vehicle description, location, and direction. And lastly, avoid judgment or aggressive reaction. So, usually it's possible that the driver is confused, elderly, under influence, or facing an emergency. Stay neutral and focus on handling the situation professionally and responsibly. So, usually, yung mga nagdadrive din minsan baguhan pa, so hindi pa nila alam, or yung iba matatanda, kaya pa rin mag-drive, pero yun, syempre may mga ano, and also, baka mamaya is may emergency sila, malay mo inatake or ano, kaya we should not always have aggressive reaction or judgment towards other drivers. So, yung attitudes dapat natin when driving is also always patience, di ba? Composure. We should have composed. Responsibility, palaging responsibility. Empathy and vigilance. So, your responsibility is to protect yourself and the other person, especially if you have passengers. And also other people or other vehicle, other people on the roads. So to avoid confrontation, remain calm, take safe evasive action, and report the danger to the authority. The last clear chance doctrine, it is a legal rule used in negligence cases, especially when both the plaintiff and defendant may have been negligent. So it allows the plaintiff to still recover damage if the defendant had the final opportunity to avoid the accident but failed to do so. So ibig sabihin, if yung dalawang tao nagkaroon ng accidents, tas yung isa, yung defendant is may kakayahan naman na avoid yung incident na yon, is legally responsible siya sa incident na yon. So, for example, a pedestrian is jaywalking and step onto the road without looking. A driver sees the pedestrian from distance and has enough time to stop or swerve, but choose not to. Even though the pedestrian was negligent, the driver had the last clear chance to avoid the accident. So, under this doctrine, the pedestrian can still recover the damage. So, big sabihin, may kakayanan naman yung driver na tumigil kasi nga nakita niya naman yung pedestrian. So, pero hindi pa rin siya tumigil. So, liable pa rin siya. In summary, the doctrine of last clear chance is a tool to ensure the fairness in negligence cases. It helps to prevent a negligent defendant from escaping responsibility when they could have prevented the harm, even if the victim also made a mistake. So no matter who made the first mistake, if you had the final chance to avoid the harm, and fail to take it, you may still be held accountable. So next, the road sharing. So and so we are always familiar in pedestrian, no? So in and when we encounter pedestrians, give way to pedestrian at crossings, pavement, and intersection. Always slow down where there is a high volume of pedestrians. Those with disability may need extra time to cross road. Exercise extreme caution, no, in approaching the pedestrian lane. So, palagi tayo mag-i-slow down when we see a pedestrian. So, always stop. Um, Tayong mga drivers, um, we should always lower the speed of our vehicle. So, and another is never block the crosswalk, no? Never nating, haharangan yung mga pedestrian na yan. Ito most especially, palagi ko siyang napapansin sa pagtawid dyan sa atin sa may um, Finance Road to PNU, no? Yung mga drivers usually kahit na nakikita na nila na konti na lang yung oras sa stoplight is pinupush pa rin nila na tumawid even though 5 seconds na lang, ganun. So, may tendency na na nahaharangan nila or nag stop sila biglaan dun sa pedestrian. So, yung mga dumadaan nahaharangan, imbis na nandun sila naglalakad sa may pedestrian lane, hindi na sila nakakatawid dun. Mas gini-give way na lang nila yung mga sasakyan. So, avoid distraction also. Kapag nagda-drive tayo, sabi ko nga kanina, dapat hindi na tayo nagpo-phone and para ma-avoid natin yung any distraction. Ito hindi lang din to for drivers but also sa mga tumatawid, di ba? So, motorcyclists. So, when we encounter motorcyclists or motorcycles, be alert in passing it by always checking the obstruction in front of their vehicle, behind it, and to each other side. Always leave enough space when overtaking a motorcycle. Give way to their designated lane. Check if there are cyclists or motorcyclists before opening your car to avoid property damage or personal injuries. So, kanina sabi, di ba? Give full lane width. So, bibigyan natin palagi sila ng linya kasi may mga designated lanes ang mga motorcyclists and cyclists. So, never try to share lanes with them. So, use signal early. So, give motorcyclists time to react to your moves. Check mirror and blind spot carefully. So, especially when turning or merging. So, ayun naman talaga yung purpose ng mga mirrors natin, di ba? So, always check the side mirrors of our vehicles. Maintain safe following distance. Motorcycle may stop faster than cars. Tailgating is dangerous. So, yan. Sa mga nagmumotor sa atin or ano, mas mabilis sila usually no? Kesa sa mga cars. Kaya dapat, hindi naman dapat, pero we should have more understanding to them. Okay, so next we have here the dealing heavy or long vehicle. So, syempre, familiar naman na tayo sa mga ganitong incidents. Kaya, I'm sure na very understanding and if you're going to drive, alam nyo na kung paano iiwasan yung mga ganito, no? So, dealing with long vehicles, so always keep adequate space for long, wide, and large vehicles. Be extra cautious when approaching and passing such as vehicles. Do not overtake the vehicle unless there is enough time and distance to safely complete the maneuver. Leave extra space if going uphill and stopping behind a large vehicle. There is tendency kasi that it may roll back when the driver released the brake or the clutch. So, sa mga long vehicle, never overtake a large rolling truck that is turning left or right. Said vehicle may block all or some of the lanes. Long vehicle may straddle lanes while turning. So, kapag yan, mga lumiliko na yung mga long vehicle, dapat hindi tayo nag-overtake kasi ang haba niyan eh. Tapos mataas pa. Usually, hindi na nila tayo nakikita eh. Mas nagpo-focus na sila sa pagliko. So, kung i-overtake mo yan, talagang magkakabanggaan kayo. So, next is the emergency vehicle. So, how to deal it, di ba, no? So, upon the approach of any police or fire department vehicle or an ambulance giving audible signal, the driver of every other vehicle shall immediately drive the same to position as near as possible and parallel to the right-hand edge or curve of the highway, clear of any intersection of highway and shall stop and remain in such position unless otherwise directed by a peace officer until such vehicle shall pass. So, of course, kapag nakaka-encounter tayo ng mga emergency vehicle, we should always keep in mind that this vehicle is designated to respond to an urgent situation, diba, no? Such as accidents, fire, medical emergency, or law enforcement duties. So they need to move quickly and safely through traffic, which requires cooperation from all road users. Always give way in emergency vehicle. So, yan. Yung mga nagda-drive dyan, kailangan natin palaging bibigyan ng linya yung mga nagmamadaling emergency vehicle kasi kailangan sila. Next is dealing with emergency situation, no? So, ano-ano ba yung mga emergency situation? So, first, we have, of course, the emergency braking. So, ano ba yung emergency braking, di ba, no? So, kapag mag-emergency brake tayo, apply firm, steady pressure to the brake pedal without locking the heels. Use ABS if available. Keep both hands on the wheel and focus on steering while stopping safely. So when the brake fails, rapidly pump the brake pedal several times to the fluid brake pressure. But for the car equipped with an anti-lock braking system, do not pump the brake. No? Another is to shift it to the lower gear and sound your horn, of course. Kung mag-emergency brake kayo, mag-horn kayo or magbusina kayo and flash your light. Yun yung mga purpose ng mga signal lights natin and horn. So, if you cannot slow your vehicle to alarm the pedestrian or other motorist. So, yun yung magsisignal para sa ibang motorista na nasa kalsada, di ba? Na mag-emergency brake ka. Next is hydroplaning. So, yung hydroplaning, ito yung mga madudulas, no? Ease of accelerator immediately and avoid sudden movement or braking. Steer gently in direction you want until your tires regain the traction. So, slow down and drive in a lower gear. Stay away from mud or stagnant water. Do not jump the brake pedal. Do not make a sharp or quick turn kasi dudulas lang or mas magkakaroon ng tendency na may matamaan kayo or may mas mabangga kayo. Okay, next. Flooded road. To, pinaka sikat to sa Pilipinas kasi palaging bumabaha sa atin, no? So, driver must not do the following, no? Never attempt to drive through flooded roads as water depth can be deceiving and stall or sweep away your vehicle. Turn around and find an alternative and safer route. So, kapag nakakita na kayo na baha, huwag nyo nang i-try pa na sumuong dun or mag-try na mag-drive sa direction na yon kasi masisira talaga yung papasukin yung sasakyan nyo eh. So, do not step on the brake as much as possible. So, reduce speed by releasing the accelerator or pedal and gently step on the brake pedal after passing the road to dry the brake pads, rotors, lining, and drums. Ito naman kapag nag-try kayo dun sa mga talagang tolerable naman na baha. So, next is skiding. So, most skids happen when driver tries to turn quickly or stop suddenly on a downhill, curb, or slippery pavements. So, do not use your brake if possible. Take off your foot on the gas pedal and identify your escape route and slightly turn the wheel into the direction you want to go. Then straighten the wheels to bring the vehicle under control. So ganun yung parang pag-slide na pagliko natin sa mga zigzag area. Or next is the tire blowout. So ito, grip the steering wheel firmly and keep the vehicle straight as you gradually slow down. Avoid slamming the brakes. Pull over safely once under control. So, do not slam the brakes. Hold on your steering wheel and apply the brake softly whenever the vehicle is under control. Next is the jump gas pedal. So, shift to the neutral immediately and apply the brakes gradually to keep control of the steering wheel and safely steer to the side of the road and turn off the engine.